So yesterday I was watching this Bulls Magic game, right? And then all of a sudden, Jalen Suggs reminds everybody why he was one of the top picks in this year's NBA draft. I really feel like people judge draft prospects, they judge young players way too soon. Since returning from injury, Jalen Suggs has looked like a completely different player. I feel like there are advantages to playing the game, but also being able to watch the game from the sideline. When basketball slows down for a young player, it's truly a beautiful thing. Remember when people were mad at Ben Simmons because he essentially had a redshirt Rookie of the Year campaign? Well, there are advantages to having that redshirt year. Now, I'm not saying that people being mad at Ben was warranted, but I also think it's funny that people are mad at Ben yet again. In the comments below, let me know how we feel about this Jalen Suggs dunk. I think the dunk is nasty, but there are a group of people that are saying it's an offensive foul. And this isn't me saying that they're wrong. This is me just saying that that dunk was filthy. January 23rd, it felt like the Magic dominated the Bulls in every aspect of the game. And if you're a Chicago Bulls fan, that's absolutely something that you do not want to hear. Now we're going to continue the Bulls talk in just a second, but first we have to get a word from our sponsor. What if I told you guys that one of the greatest mobile games to ever exist was free? Check it out. Not only is Raid Shadow Legends free, but there's something for everybody in this game. Raid allows you to embark on an epic quest against bosses who are bigger than life. Look at these Hydras. These are the latest addition to their boss roster. The Hydra is a superpowered clan boss that's like mini bosses rolled into one. It's got multiple different heads, and each head has its own unique mechanic. It can share the pain and push damage from itself onto your team. Trust me guys, Hydras are beasts. One of my favorite things about Raid is that you're rewarded for basically just logging in. Talk about a steal. The champions in this game are legit, and the better the champion, the more epic the battle. Raid is releasing a ton of new champions this month. On top of that, there's tons of events and tournaments, including a special fusion event where you can get one of Raid's newest legendary champions. This is the best time to get started in Raid. Just use my link located in the description below or scan the QR code on the screen. New players will get some free resources and a free mystery champion right away to kickstart your game. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but trust me, they're awesome. Hit my link and see who you get. These rewards will only be in your inbox for the next 30 days, so make sure you act fast. Thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and changing gaming. Chicago has big time potential. We've seen it time and time again this season. There's a reason that this team was #1 in the Eastern Conference. The unfortunate reality for Chicago fans is that health and safety protocols and injuries have helped to derail what is a very promising season going down in Chicago. Despite the injuries and players missing a ton of time, Billy Donovan says there's no excuses. January 14th, he was quoted saying, "Transition defense, communication, blocking out, taking care of the ball. Those are all things that have nothing to do, in my opinion, with people being out." Billy Donovan's mindset is the mindset you have to have when coaching for a high-level organization. While Billy has the right mindset, it's been painfully hard to ignore the Chicago Bulls injury report and the struggles of Big Vooch. DeMar had 41 points against the Magic, and yet the Bulls would still go on to lose by 19. The Bulls defense has been troubling over the last 20 or so games, and plays like this by Grayson Allen aren't doing the Bulls defense any favors.
Sulu's got it, hits the trailer, Caruso, and a hard foul.
Grayson Allen has a history of very questionable plays, to say the least, and that's giving somebody who probably doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt the benefit of the doubt. The thing that sucks is I really do like the Bucks team and I want to root for them. It's easy to root for somebody like Giannis, who has had to overcome a lot to be in the position that they are today. Giannis put in an unbelievable amount of work to become one of the best players in the league. In the words of Damian Lillard, he didn't run from the grind. He put in work and became an NBA champion. I love the Bucks team. Drew is a Pelican. That's my OG. Chris is one of the most underrated players in the game today. And while we're talking about underrated, we have to talk about Bobby Portis, who is somebody that just loves basketball. It also helps that he's 6'10 and has a burner. Did you guys see Bobby Portis hit that buzzer beater versus the Golden State Warriors? This guy's vibes are immaculate. If Bobby Portis isn't making a hustle play or getting a bucket, bucket, you could find them hyping up the crowd in Milwaukee, and you'll find them loving every second of it, and so do I. I really do rock with the small markets, so I'm going to separate Grayson Allen's actions from the actions of the rest of the Milwaukee Bucks. Does anybody remember when Grayson Allen and Trae Young got into it because Grayson Allen, quote, accidentally tripped Trae Young? Trae Young would hit Twitter and say, "Dang, tell me what y'all see. This gotta stop. If you don't know, you know." Grayson Allen would quote that tweet and say, "Dang, that must have really hurt. I'm really sorry. I hope you're okay." The funny thing about this whole situation is that Trae Young would not forget about this and push Grayson Allen at a later date in a preseason game to get him back. Now, in this clip, I want you guys to pay attention to how the Memphis players remove Trae Young from the situation and confront him, at least in a mild manner.
Guys, this is the last thing that you need for either team.
Where's that clip of Steven Adams carrying that guy away when you need it? Steven Adams is so chill and seems like such a cool person, man. I really do think every team needs a Steven Adams. What I also love about Adams is he's smart. He never really looks to escalate. Now with Grayson Allen's foul, there are some people that are mad that the Chicago Bulls didn't necessarily say anything to Grayson Allen. In my opinion, I think everybody was just concerned about the health of Alex Caruso. It was a hard foul, it was a nasty foul, and it was a hard fall, it was a nasty fall. Caruso had this to say about Grayson Allen's foul.
Didn't really know what happened, during the play, but afterwards looking at it, the dude just grabbed me out of there. Kind of bull. I don't know what else you can do about it. Just glad that I didn't have any major scary injuries right away.
And I'm not mad at Caruso's response at all. If this happened to me, I would be furious. Sometimes you have to let people know that things like this aren't okay, and there's no room for this in today's game. If you ask me, a lot of the times when something like this happens, the response is everything. Shortly after the foul, Grayson Allen was smiling, and he never even went to check on Caruso. Can anybody say red flag? You know what? Let's see what Billy Donovan had to say about this whole incident.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. And, I'll just say this, we lost Patrick, on a flagrant foul to, a pretty significant injury. And I said this after the game, I think it was against New York and Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitchell Robinson was trying to make a legitimate play on the basketball. It happened to be a flagrant. There's times there's flagrant fouls, but, for Alex to be in the air like that, for him to take him down like that, he could have ended his career.
The NBA would go on to suspend Grayson Allen 1 game for his flagrant foul on Alex Caruso. My question to you guys is, do we really feel like 1 game is an adequate suspension for Grayson Allen? Check it out. Grayson Allen's foul on Alex Caruso would result in a fractured right wrist. Caruso would need surgery, and this injury would be estimated to keep him out 6 to 8 weeks, according to Woj. According to the Chicago Bulls, Lonzo Ball is also out 6 to 8 weeks, with Ball needing surgery on his left knee. Now, you guys don't need me to sit here and tell you how impactful losing Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball can be to a defense. A lot of times, big-time rim protectors like Rudy Gobert are able to swing defenses in the right direction. But ask Rudy Gobert if he would like more perimeter defense on the Utah Jazz, and his answer would be yes, he would love it. Defense starts at the point of attack. If your perimeter defense is tough, if your team defense is tough, you're that much better as a team. Caruso and Ball have not just been good defenders this year, they've been great. Oh yeah, and they've been versatile. Even if they're currently out, I really do love some of the defensive options on the Chicago Bulls roster. Javonte Green is just a joy to watch. He plays hard pretty much every single play. I think labeling him as an effort player would just be selling him short, because I think he offers so much more on the basketball floor. Did anybody catch Cook going head-to-head with Giannis the other night? The Bulls truly have some fun players, even if I don't get to name them all in this video. Did anybody else catch Ayo Dosunmu's 21-point game? While the injuries suck and there has been a ton of chaos in Chicago, there's a good opportunity for some players to make a name for themselves. And there are opportunities for players like Vooch, who have been struggling, to get things back on track. The Chicago Bulls need Big Vooch to be better, and he'll be the first to tell you. Speaking of being better, did anybody else see the Milwaukee Bucks tweet this video of Grayson Allen eating a donut a day after the infamous foul. The caption of this tweet read, "Good morning." The Chicago Bulls would reply to this tweet with, "Seriously?" When I initially saw this tweet, my initial response was, I hope that this is just a scheduled social media tweet. And now there are reports saying that yes, it was a scheduled and pre-planned tweet. An absolutely wild coincidence. Hey, it's also worth noting that the Bucks did delete this tweet. Again, very wild timing if you ask me, but hey, I guess things happen. Regardless of all of the players missing time, I really do think this has been a very promising season. I don't think at all, actually. This has been an absolutely phenomenal season for the Chicago Bulls. And right now, I think they have a chance to show amazing resilience. The Chicago Bulls have already proved a ton of people wrong this season. Remember, people thought the DeMar DeRozan contract was a mistake. People thought that Zach LaVine was not a winning player. When LaVine is healthy, he helps to take this team to another level. Comments below, let me know where you think the Bulls finish in the Eastern Conference, and also let me know if you feel like that foul by Grayson Allen was dirty or not. Hey man, major shout out to Alex Caruso for even being able to play after that, bro. That is tough. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm Getlikecoop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.